What is good people? You are now listening to another episode of Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and at the time of this recording, it is an extremely beautiful day here in Long Ridge, and I got the day off early, so I figured, you know what, why not knock out an episode? And what better place to do it than on my front porch and just enjoy this beautiful weather? So for this episode, I was actually thumbing through IG and just thumbing through my timeline, and I came across a post that somebody, I wish I could find out, wish I could remember who it was that posted this so I could give them their proper credit. But basically, they had a list of unboring questions to ask somebody. And in the spirit of me doing the 5 question segment whenever I have guests on, I was like, you know what? I like these questions, and I think I'll give a shot at them just personally. So it'll be like a 5 question segment featuring me. So without further ado, we're going to get into the list of unboring questions to ask someone. So the first question says, what's a compliment that you've never forgotten? And for me, I tell you, a compliment that I never forgot was actually here on this front porch. My mom came to visit me one day during the summertime, and I had all of my plants all set up, just super nice. And she sat on the porch with me one day and she just let out an exhale. And she goes, you know what? She said, sitting on this front porch truly lowers my blood pressure. And I appreciate you having this nice ambiance for me to take in. I was like, man, you know what? That's all right. I was like, I greatly appreciate that. I'd never gotten such a special compliment like that. And that was my whole intent whenever I made the move to put all of these plants and have these roses and these hummingbird feeders around my front porch. So for her to basically pick up what I was putting down, that meant the world to me, especially coming from your own mom. Then the next question, what's your favorite struggle meal? My favorite struggle meal, man. I ate a lot of struggle meals as a kid. I would have to say cinnamon sugar toast. That was my go-to, and I don't know what it was about the way that my sister prepared it. I don't know if it's just me or if it's just like the way the older sibling prepares the food. It just tastes better for some reason. She was just a master at making that cinnamon sugar toast. So that's my answer for my favorite struggle meal. The next question says, describe your life philosophy in 10 words or less. My life philosophy is don't sweat the small stuff. Control what you can control. Let me see. Don't sweat the small stuff. Control what you can control. Wow, that's 10 words right there. Perfect. What's your go-to karaoke song is the next question. And my next question, the answer for that is Return of the Mac. If you really want to see me come alive, and normally, and even in social settings, I'm a pretty low-key person, but if you really want to see me just take the tie off and just act a fool, throw on Return of the Mac at karaoke night, and you'll see a much different side of me. The next song, or the next question, what's the smallest hill that you would die on? Um, Crunchy peanut butter is superior to peanut butter, and there's nothing you could do to change my opinion on that. And also, avocado is absolute trash, straight up, period, point blank. What's your love language? Acts of service, seafood. Let's see, what are my other love languages? Giving gifts that, just like knowing what kind of things that people enjoy, and giving them gifts that are in the wheelhouse of the things that they enjoy, and just seeing the look on their face and just the look of joy on their face whenever they receive a gift. That means a lot to me. So yeah, those are my love languages. Um, what's something you believe that most people don't? Um, yeah, back to avocado. The avocado is trash because people love people. Seem like you, no matter where you go or what restaurant you, this this seems like the general consensus is this avocado goes great on everything, and avocado goes great with the trash can, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Next question is, what's a decision that completely changed your life? I gotta be honest. getting into podcasting. If you would have told me 2.5 years ago that this would be just an avenue to meeting so many different people and being getting to be on other people's podcasts and just getting to just chop it up with like-minded people, and also getting respect from fellow podcasters that have been doing this a lot longer than you, and just hearing them give you your props and getting respect from those established podcasters. It's really been an extremely fun journey, and I cannot wait to see where this podcasting journey continues to take me. Next question. Have you ever committed a crime? Um, if you consider stealing chips out the store when I was a teenager, I guess that would be the crime that I committed. So, I mean, that was a long time ago. So, to answer the question, yes, I have committed the crime by definition. Next question. If you had to change your name, what would you choose? You know what? I like my name, Melvin Daniel Quincy Foxworth. But if I had to choose, I think Corey Foxworth has a good ring to it. I like that. Just rolls off the tongue great. Next question. What's your comfort movie slash TV series? My comfort movie is Black Dynamite. I can watch that. I watch that at least once a week. And my comfort TV series, hands down, is Mama's Family. Thelma Harper just does it for me every time. And I think why I love Thelma Harper so much is because she just reminds me of my mama, like just real feisty, just always snap back, just took no shit. And they wore similar, like the way their style of dress was also very similar as well. So that's why Thelma Harper holds such a special place in my heart. So Black Dynamite and Mama's Family are my comfort movie slash TV series. Next question. What is your weird family tradition? I don't really consider it weird, but every Christmas we all get onesies, and then after we finish unwrapping our gifts, we all take a picture as a family in our onesies. And I love the fact that we don't really take ourselves seriously all the time. I really That's one thing about my family that I truly and I just absolutely love. We don't take ourselves seriously all the time. Every Christmas, we're in a onesie pick as a family. Um, Next question. What's a piece of advice you give to others but struggle to abide by? Um, I don't really struggle to abide by the advice that I give to others, and me failing to follow that same advice. I would just feel like the biggest hypocrite if I didn't adhere to take my own advice. So, yeah, I don't really struggle with living by the advice that I give others. Then the last question, what are your arbitrary rules you have for yourself? It's paramount that I make my bed whenever I get up. I always have to drink at least a gallon of water a day. I have to drink a gallon of water a day, and I have to stretch. Uh, yeah, I would. Well, would they be arbitrary? Maybe, maybe not. But you know what? Those are the rules that I always abide by. That I just practice every single day. Just like Prince says, there's joy in repetition, and it's great to develop good habits, because I'm not gonna lie to you. It was for the longest time I just refused to make my bed when I would get up. But then I was like, you know what? Let me start making my bed. And then all of a sudden, it just became a habit. And it's just something that I do every morning now when I wake up. And same thing with drinking a gallon of water a day. I'm older. I got to be a lot more mindful of my health and what I consume. So, yeah, those are the arbitrary rules that I have for myself. And man, this was a fun questionnaire to do. So, yeah, I might save these for future guests. So that's going to do it for this episode of Since We Last Spoke. Make sure you like, download, or subscribe to Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me at Danny Foxworth 843. There you can find you can find videos of every episode of this podcast, as well as my baseball podcast, At the Plate with Danny Foxworth, my candle podcast, A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth, and Growing Up Low Country with Liz and Danny. And until next time, y'all be good. Peace.